Like I said, I'm going to start out with that exclusive Creative Assembly developer interview. With a trembling hand, I'm now going to hand the microphone over to the Shogun.
Medieval 2 Total War. Hi, I'm Rick. This is the first in a series of podcasts where we talk about Medieval 2 Total War. I'm here with Bob Smith, Project Director from the Creative Assembly, and we're talking about Medieval 2. Okay, Bob, Medieval 2 Total War is the fourth game in the Total War series, and it's the first time that you have revisited an era. Why did Creative Assembly decide to revisit the medieval period?
Well, the medieval period is just such an awesome period to set a Total War game in. It's full of warfare, treachery, religion. You've got the growth of cities, the coming out of the Dark Ages and into the Renaissance. And it was just a great opportunity to go back and revisit it with all the new technology that we've built recently, so that we can really capture the flavour and the pageantry and the shiny armour and the gritty, dirty fighting. I think there's just so much material there that it's the ideal period for Total War.
In what ways do the battles in this game differ from the battles in previous Total War games?
It's all really about immersion and attention to detail. We've changed the soldiers so that every man looks like an individual. He's got a huge range of animations in combat, realistic blocks and parries, special finishing moves. We've got great attention to detail, for instance with guys loading their cannons and getting their cannonballs in and getting their ramrods out. We've improved the terrain a lot, both the visual quality of it and the automated generation of the terrain from the campaign maps. And then we've put in gameplay features such as improved weather and various new unit abilities such as being able to plant stakes to protect archers.
Rome Total War gave the series a far more realistic campaign map that allowed for a more strategic experience for the player. How has the campaign map in Medieval 2 changed this time round?
Well, Medieval 2 takes place in more or less the same geographic area. It's just 1,000 years further on. So we've added a little bit more to the north of the map so that we can include Scotland and Scandinavia, and we've included a little bit more of Africa. The biggest change that we've made is that we've now included parts of America. So towards the end of the game you can imitate Columbus and sail all the way to discover America and then go on to conquer the Aztecs.
Are you bringing back any of the material from the previous Total War games that we didn't see in Rome Total War?
It's always nice to be able to reprise much-loved features from previous games, so a couple of the things what we're doing here are to bringing back the assassination movies when you assassinate a character on the campaign map, and we've extended that to include movies for when you try to do sabotage or infiltrate an army. And another feature we've brought back is the ability to take prisoners and execute them or ransom them on the campaign map, and do which you choose influences whether your generals become chivalrous or dreadful.
Aside from expanding the campaign map to offer a larger world to conquer, what are some of the things you've improved or introduced to the strategic side of Medieval 2?
Probably the most important thing is the choice you have to make between developing your settlements as cities and castles and choosing which sort to site where. I think we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a future podcast. Another thing we've done is to revise the recruitment system. It means that you can raise armies faster, but you can't just build stacks of one elite type of unit. You have to make use of a mix of units and really figure out how to get the most out of your lower level troops. Diplomacy is another issue where we've made some big improvements, both in the AI and in how you actually negotiate with it. Now the AI will give you a lot more feedback about how it feels about your proposals, but at the same time if you make bad or insulting proposals it'll refuse to talk to you anymore. And you throw in features such as crusades, jihads and guilds. We've really added a huge amount to the campaign game.
Thanks, Bob. We've been speaking with Bob Smith, Project Director of Medieval 2. Stay tuned for more podcasts.
This is an age of darkness. This is Total War.